Hello, my name is Liz Sue. For those of you who came to hear about Candida and you want to hear the short story, I'll just summarize it right this way. About 30 years ago, I started to get sick. I turned out that after 7 years, I figured out I had Candida. I slowly but surely had miserable symptoms. And after about 7 years, I figured out I'm probably going to die because whatever it is, it's literally sucking the life out of me. And here it is, 25 years later, and I'm stronger than ever. And if you look in the links below, you'll be able to see how to contact me so we can personalize a program for you and get that taken care of in your life. Forever is the plan. So, for those of you who want the details, here we go. I started taking, when I was pregnant, a prenatal vitamin from the pharmacy. The pharmacy was free for me to get, so yay, and young people needing to save money wherever they can. And so I took those vitamins and I took them for 7 years. In that time frame, within a month of me taking the prenatal vitamins, I got a little dot over my eyebrow, itchy. And then I started having problems with digestive disorders and stomach with food sensitivities, and did not know that it was the prenatal vitamin for almost 7 years. I thought it was pregnancy related. It was already bozo buckets, and I hadn't wanted to take the prenatal vitamins anyway because I heard they could make you sick. And so 4 months into the pregnancy, I finally started to take them within a month. Now I had these symptoms, but I didn't know. And so I took them. And in those 7 years, I started to have more food sensitivities, more digestive disorders. The skin rash started spreading across my forehead, and it was pink and it was itchy and it was sometimes oozy, not to be gross, but it just was. And started having more and more symptoms and didn't know what was going to happen in the bathroom. Went to a doctor. They said, "Oh, it's irritable bowel syndrome." And I said, "Well, what's irritating it?" And they said, "I don't know, but here, take this pill." No, thank you. Don't want to just take a pill to cover up a symptom. Then I had one doctor who said, "Oh, for the rash, we'll put some here, put this on there." I said, "Well, that steroids that can make you sensitive to skin cancer." And the doctor said, "Well, you have bangs." I don't think my bangs are a shield against the sun. So, no, thank you. I went to a homeopathic herbologist. I went to all sorts of Western doctors, Eastern doctors. I saw all sorts of doctors. None of them were really sure of what I had. Some of them had ideas for me to try, um, and some of them said we don't really know. Okay, great. So it gets to be 7 years. I'm now down to eating about seven foods, and I'm starting to have reactions to those. I have seen 20 specialists. I have spent $10,000 out of my own pocket trying to find someone or something that would help me, and there is nothing. And I think I've got three little kids. I they were at that point 6, 4, and 2, and I thought I'm going to have to plan my funeral. I had done everything that I could. I had learned about vitamins. I had learned about supplementation. I had learned about how cleaning products can aggravate your system and your immune system. I learned about water and what they have in the water and what they need to take out of that water and what they can't get out of the water. I learned all sorts of stuff about air purifying and tried all these different things, and nothing was working. And I thought, I'm going to die. Okay. So about 2 weeks, I had listened to this tape and cassette tape that ages me. And in there was this woman, and she was coming into town. So I thought, oh, okay, fine, I'll go and see her. But I was kind of tired of learning. I was very cynical and skeptical about things and people and doctors and professionals because I had gotten nowhere, but I spent a lot of money getting there. And I went to go see her, and what she said made sense. And so I went to book an appointment with her. I filled out my questionnaire. It was several pages long. And she answers the door of her hotel room, and she said, "Oh, that looks like Candida." Finally, I have a name to what I have. What do you mean? And she could just see by the rash on my forehead. It wasn't eczema. The outpouring of this Candida. I'm like, oh, okay. So she sat down and she started looking at the questionnaire. She said, "Oh, okay, so this is what you need to do." And she started laying out a program for me. And she got to the point where she said, "Okay, you're going to do this to heal your gut. You're going to do this to fill in the holes that are left behind. You're going to do this with some of your food changes." But I was like, I don't really have that much to change. And she said, "And you need to build up your flora in your gut, and you need to take some vitamins." And I said, and she said, the Shaklee vitamins. And I said, Shaklee vitamins? I said, oh, wait. So I pulled out my basket. Now, my basket was like this deep, no joke, about this big, wide, long. And she said, I said, here, this is what I've been taking. Now, I had researched these vitamins. They had really great history behind them. But she took one look and she goes, yeah, those don't work. Now, the important part of this is that I had prayed 2 weeks prior that I would meet the person who could tell me what I had, what I could do about it, and I promised I wouldn't argue with them because my cynical, skeptical self was so done. Done. Have you ever been done? You're just done. So here I am sitting in front of the woman who has already told me what I had, has laid out what I can do, and then she tells me that what I've been doing all this time doesn't work. And I felt myself rising up inside, like, "Arr!" And then I remembered, oh yeah, I promised I wouldn't argue. Okay, fine. So I sat my little self down in my chair and said, okay, tell me what I need to do. So she laid it out, and so I started to do what she told me. Within 4 to 6 weeks, I used to work at a doctor's office. The doctor said, Liz, what are you doing? You act like you feel better. I said, well, I'm starting to do, I did this. And they're like, oh, okay. But they were so impressed that they kept watching me. And then they started sending patients to me to say, go talk to Liz, go talk to Liz, go talk to Liz. And so I started telling people more and said, I don't know if this is going to work for you, but this is what it did for me. If it works for you, hallelujah. If it doesn't work for you, okay, I'm sorry. You can, we'll take care of the situation. If you buy Shaklee from me, great. But here's the deal. It wasn't just about the vitamins. It was a five-pronged approach, which is why I'm here today to share with you what you can do. And so we'll do that in the next video, but I wanted to give you an overview of how I got here to be talking to you and why I'm so passionate about talking to you, because I know what it's like to give up hope. I know what it's like to say, I have seen everybody, I have done everything, and nothing is working. And so I want you to know that I am your rah-rah cheerleader. I will ask you questions. I will find out what you've done. I will tell you what you can do. And it's up to you to decide what you want to do. I've had people come back to me 5 years later and say, okay, I'm sick enough. Yay! I'm sorry you're sick, but I'm glad that you came. And so let's get started. So you ready? Look in the link below so you know how to contact me. And then, now that you know this, I'm going to talk more details on the symptoms to look for in the next video. I'm also going to talk about the things, if you're already doing the program, of some tips to help you along the way. So let's get started.